go off. Hi guys. I am trying this now. Again, I did this once before. When I was in Colorado, I went live on this, and then I didn't know what I was doing, and I deleted it. But I wanted to try this venue. I usually do my live streams on Environmental Coffee House live streams on Facebook, and then upload them to YouTube, which is a different kind of audience. And those people that, friends of mine on there have been with me for quite a long time, and they're waking up, and I'm waking them up. Now, I've also turned them on to a lot of things, but, oh, stop. This is my kitty, goodbye. Anyway, I don't know if anybody's going to join, but I don't really care. I'm going to talk about this, and I'm just not even sure what I'm looking at. If I'm looking at the camera, if I'm looking at this or that, because this is my iPad. I had tried on my Mac, and it was telling me to download decoding software, and at this point, I don't have any patience to do it because I hurt my back, and I thought I was getting better today, and all it did was I bent down to do something, and it just feels like something breaking. But anyway, that's not the topic. The topic is death, and the fact that my sister-in-law passed away. And I want to get to just a quick thought here, that whenever I hear or know of someone that's passed, even if they're young lately, I've been feeling that they're the lucky one, and that what is there to stay here for if they're sick or if something happens. There's a lot of days when I don't feel so cheerful. I know I've been called the most cheerful doomer I've ever talked to or seen or whatever, but it's not the fact all the time, especially when my back hurts, and especially when I get this thought and this feeling about death. And I think it's particularly poignant that all of these things are happening, all of these ecocidal events, all of these studies coming out showing that we're fucked, right? That we're going, and that, well, especially the last one that was in The Guardian and that research on the insects, Arctic ice, plastic pollution, CO2, the jet stream, the global industrial complex, the fact that capitalism is feudalism, it's horrible. I mean, all of these things I think about every day, I'm reading about every day for the page I do on Facebook, which is not for long because we're building a website, because Facebook is about the worst at censoring. I mean, they're just horrible. Forgive me, my back is just so bad. Somebody joined, but I have absolutely no idea how to do anything on this, so I'm just blabbing away. I don't even know if there's a way to look at chatting. I could try. I could show live chat. All right, well, I don't know if it's doing it on here, but anyway, going back to the question is it okay to feel when somebody dies that they are the lucky one? It's been happening to me more and more as these deaths are happening around me. I'm not that old, but my generation seemed to live a hard lifestyle, and my body's pretty racked up from that hard lifestyle, and I wonder if others feel the way I feel. I like to think that a lot of us that are in this near-term human extinction, or we talk about abrupt climate change, are equipped to handle all of this information assault on our senses every day. And going live on YouTube or Facebook or whatever, it's just a thing, a side thing. It's not that important, but it allows me to discuss things with an audience that I wouldn't be able to do normally. Where I live here, I don't even leave the house. I haven't even left the house in 4 days because I've been sick and my back has been messed up. And today I just went, all I did was reach down and that was it. But that question just gnaws at me. It just grinds at me because I'm not suicidal. I'm not depressed. It's a situational depression for pain, because pain is definitely the thing that's been with me for 16 years. But I just wonder if there's other ones out there that feel the same way. That wherever you go when you're dead, you're lucky because you're out of here. And you're not going to witness what we're continuing to witness. And I really feel like this is it in the next however many years. And I am not scared for me. I have 5 cats, which were adopted in because they were feral or they were around. And that's not what I set out to do, but I think about them and my kid, who's 29. Hey! Fighting cats. Anyway, that's what I think about. I don't care about me because I know when it happens, it's just going to end my pain. And none of us know what happens after. So that's the question to ponder. I suppose it's okay to think like this, that they are the lucky ones. And it's really, really in my mind today since my sister-in-law passed away. And I wasn't able to go to the funeral. It's my ex-husband's brother's wife. And I just can't help but feeling that Allison she doesn't have to be here. She doesn't have to see this. Hi, Brian. You could do a lot to help your child extend family community. I like to think I do. And thank you. We do have somebody, Brian, and I can actually see the comment. This is cool. It's really my first time doing this on YouTube. I don't know if I'm looking at you, the camera. I don't know where. If I look there, I'm looking out. Just want to make sure. But yes, I totally agree, Brian, that local is where it's at. I mean, I worked here in my community to build a community. We have a lot of resources here. And if the environment collapses, or let's say the global industrial complex collapses, we have a little bit of an edge here, but nuclear energy and meltdowns, that just gets rid of that, We can still grow here. We have animals, we have farms, we have a lot of things going in our small community. But I don't know if the shit hits the fan, maybe over here we have a little bit longer. I don't know if I want to witness that. My sister-in-law is not going to. And I like to think that I'm building a safe place for my kid to come to in my place, which is surrounded by acreage. And, we're doing things to shore up the house since we had a tornado, and we're going to put solar on. And, a lot of people say, well, solar's not the solution. Of course it's not, because you have to mine for the things to make up solar. We're just in one big clusterfuck. And that's why I think that my sister-in-law may be the lucky one. Maybe Ronnie, her husband, doesn't feel like that. Brian, you're funny. Yeah, so I'm not trying to be morose or morbid. I'm really trying to open a dialogue. Whenever this goes up on my Facebook and my YouTube and I fix it, I'd like to have that dialogue. Well, Brian says, screwed, but we can make it, I think. Well, I don't know that. None of us really have the answers, but we can try to do what we can do. I mean, I'd like to make my place into a safe place. I mean, my freaking husband, is talking about his plywood to put over all the windows so that when the hordes come from the cities, we're in here with, and this is what he says, with a little shotgun, with the shotgun out of the hole. Like, it sounds so dystopian. It sounds so crazy. Stop doing that to the goddamn thing. Get off. Animals are like, I love my animals so much, but they drive me crazy. That last one was the last one to show up on the deck. Meowing, meowing, meowing. So, anyway, I'm not going to keep going on and on and on because I drank coffee and my nerves are going and my mind is going and I just wanted to do this and I want to figure out the encoding software on my Mac. There's a lot of things I want to do, but when I'm in pain, it really sucks to want to even do them. So, but I don't give in to the misery or the depression. I just sometimes just don't do those things that I need to do fast enough. We're building a website. Well, building a website, I need to write my mission statement, my vision statement. All of this stuff keeps me busy. And all of it is in hopes that I can educate people that are my peers. And I know I have, because when I started Environmental Coffee House, no one that was in my peer group online was talking about abrupt climate change. No one was talking about anything except for climate change, or maybe very glancing, the issues. But now, with what we publish on Facebook and what we're going to do on our website, it is so much more real. And I do see the change in the people that are following our page, and I hope they follow us to our website. I really do, because I'm looking to build something. I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing. And I'm looking for writers. I would like abrupt climate change writers and activists, because on the one hand, we're not going in a good direction. I feel that we're in trouble. But on the other hand, why sit and do nothing when you can try to make strides to make what you got better for the rest of the time you have? And I learned pretty quick when I got into the near-term human extinction pages that they don't use the word hope at all. And I like to jokingly, I use the word hopium, because I have hopium. Not all the time, though. And it is waning. I watched all of Paul Beckwith's videos on the insect decimation. And it's like every day, the assault. Every day. No wonder why I feel like Allison's the lucky one. But I won't stop. I'll keep working in my community and doing the things I do. And I hope everybody else does. And continue the YouTube journey, because I didn't use YouTube forever because I was working. I had a career. I was working. I never even used YouTube until this year. I never had time. So the people that I'm seeing on YouTube, at first I thought, wow, YouTube's tough, People are tough. The commenters are way different than Facebook. But now I'm getting it, and I'm liking it, and I like the challenge. Just don't be an asshole or rude. That's what I don't like. I don't like rudeness, and I don't like assholes. And even though you can hide behind an anonymous name, there's still no reason for it. And that's another big problem we have, especially in the United States, with the fear-mongering hate lord we have, in our White House, that is bringing us closer to extinction every day. They want to drill the Arctic Wildlife Refuge. They want to, open up 77 million acres of waterway in the Gulf. I don't even want to go into all this, because we all know it. The insect die-off. Mr. Poole, hi. The insect die-off really started me on this whole trajectory this week, because I've seen it here. I had a hornet's nest under my deck. I didn't even want to kill them. I didn't want to. I let the whole nest become a big thing. I didn't want them to go. Wasps. I don't use any spray. I don't use pesticides. I let them live. I don't know what their function is. And every bee I saw around my plants, my flowers, my garden, I was so happy to see. I saw some butterflies this year. But before this article even came out, I had been talking to my husband about the fact that the windshields are not anything like it used to be. Nothing is. Nothing is. But I will tell you guys, whoever's watching, that the fight is ever going. It's gotta. We gotta stay fighting. We have to be strong. And I don't think it's a bad thing to think of somebody that passes away as the lucky one. You know, there was a term, hell on earth, for something. And people are going through epiphanies. People are realizing that cities are not good, and it's just like so many things are not cool. But I still have a conversation with people, and they say, well, the population is not the problem, and we have plenty of land, and that's a bunch of bullshit too. That's not true. I mean, the soil degradation itself, insects, and I try to have that communication. For those of you that know me, I went to Colorado, and I was with Hambone and with Jennifer, and we went to Carolyn Baker and Dean Spillane's workshop for 3 days, which really actually on resilience, which was good. It really was good. But I just love being with Hambone and Jennifer because I love Hambone. I think he's great, and he took me down the rabbit hole for sure. I mean, I've interviewed Dr. Guy McPherson, and I've interviewed Paul Beckwith, and I've interviewed the Valve Turner. I mean, I've done a lot of things on this venue, and I want to continue as long as I have a life. But if I ever get sick, I'm not taking anything for it. I'm not going to have all that horseshit chemo because it's just, why? To prolong what? So we end with that question. Is it okay to feel that those people out there that you know that are dying, that pass away, that they're the lucky ones? Because I think they are. And that's not depression speaking. And that's reality speaking. So those of you that joined me, thanks. I don't know how this is going to look or any of that because this is kind of like a test. But that was the question, and I really appreciate 3 of you that joined me. I'm used to doing this on Facebook. So Brian says, I've got to head out in a few minutes, but just wanted to chime in a bit of hope. Oh, Brian, you're a biochemist. I don't know what happened to the... Let me see. Wait. Let me see. Okay, let me see. I can show. I can't see it. Well, Brian, you were saying something hopeful, and that's cool. I'll see it when I get off here because I've kept everybody long enough. Have a great day. Thank you for coming to my maiden voyage live stream. And secretly, I hope to learn how to use videos on the Mac I have now. Gives me more hope to have something, right? Learning, never stop. Peace. This is what I do on Facebook. This is what I do in my videos. Oh, there you go. Can make our own atmosphere and food and attach greenhouses. Okay. Brian, you sound pretty awesome. Okay. I'll read all your comments. I hope you come back to Environmental Coffee House. And when we get the website going, try us. All right. Peace. Have a great day. And remember, those people that are gone, they are the lucky ones. Okay. Bye-bye.